Hello, hello. How you guys doing? What's up, Losh? How's it going? Hey, Benjamin. What's up, Wing Chun? Have you guys watched the scene with Yang Guo, Hong Qigong, and Ouyang Feng on Mount Hua? TVB adaptation starring Andy Lau. Nope, have not. What's up, Sal? How's it going? Hey, Rude Noise. What's up, Casey? Late for me. I'm right here. How you doing? All right. Last time, Hong Qigong and Ouyang Feng. That was a good death, right? It wasn't bad. All right. Let's do this Wordle quick. It'll be fast. I can feel it. What's up, Nikki? All right. It's so bright here. Yeah. Yeah, it's still a day. The day is not over yet. It's weird. Yeah, is it? You wonder why it was light out later than usual? Yeah. What happened to night at 5 p.m.? Did you really like night at 5 p.m.? I feel like that was too early for nighttime to set in. 5 p.m. Like the day is like there's still so much day left. Maybe 7 p.m. would be a good time for it to be night. All right. Do 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 do. Blast. Blast. Nope. Huh. AST. Shat. Shat. Hmm. A. 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 Maybe there's two A's. Or there's a Y. A. Na. Ta. The task tasks tasky tasks task blast tase cats cassette cast Castaway. Casty? Nasty. Nasty! Oh! There is a Y. Telling you, anytime there's only one vowel, there's a Y. A Y is like half a vowel. It doesn't know if it's a vowel or a consonant. Alright. It's not nasty. Gasty? Hasty. Hasty. It's the only one, right? Hasty? Vasty, casty, zasty, zasty, wasty. I'll do it. Yeah. Okay, not bad, not bad. I gotta watch that scene. Okay. Should we watch that scene? Is it on YouTube? Connections. If it's on YouTube, we'll watch it. Beaker video game werewolf. The TVB adaptation starring Andy Lau. What year is that? Wait, I should look at the chat. All right. Beaker video game werewolf microscope mafia warehouse fishbowl animal spotlight company gonzo wearable street band. Where have I heard that before? Hot seat. Wherefore art thou? Fozzie? 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 Fozzie kind of sounds like, and Gonzo kind of sound like they belong together. All right. Werewolf mafia. Werewolves are mafia. Animal. Microscope, a beaker. Like in a lab. Nothing else though. A warehouse. Spotlight, microscope. Oh, a thing with a light thing. Spotlight, microscope. Something with a lens. A fishbowl lens. A spotlight lens, kind of. And gonzo. When you take a video, right? Fuck! A video game? A beaker? A spotlight, a microscope. Those must go together. A beaker? A wearable. A wearable. A wearable. No. Like a wearable glasses that can take pictures? Alright, we'll put that aside for now. Wherefore? Werewolf? Warehouse? Wearable? That can't be it, right? That's a trick, right? That must be a trick. That can't be. No? But it's so tempting. That can't be. It can't be. It is too obvious. Should I try? Alright, we'll skip that. Beaker video game. Beaker has that shape. A spotlight can have a light of that shape. Or you look through a beaker, you can... Don't know. Fishbowl. Oh wait, I was thinking of fish eye lens, not fishbowl. A beaker can hold something. A fishbowl can hold some water. I have no idea. Hot seat. You're under the hot seat. Under the spotlight. You're under the microscope. Mafia? Warehouse? Fishbowl? Under the fishbowl? Under the fuzzy. You're under the gonzo? You're under the werewolf? You're under the fuzzy? No. Fishbowl. You're under the fishbowl. Yeah. Okay. Oh! Okay. So what do we have before? We had oh yeah, we had that. Okay, the wares are still there. A beaker. A beaker. Bicker. Company. Video game. Animal. E Street Band. What? What does that mean? Video game? I don't know. Huh. Warehouse. Wearable. Wherefore. Werewolf. Should I try it? I'll try it. Ah! Ah! What? That's too obvious. All right. Video game. She knows. She knows we're gonna think it's too obvious. It's like a double trick. Video game company Gonzo. Mafia. Isn't Gonzo the Sesame Street character? E Street Band. Animal. Fozzie. Animal Mafia. What? A mafia? Mafia is a game. Is company a game? It sounds like a game. Animal sounds like a game. Maybe Fozzie. All right. Fuck! All right. Video game. What does that have to do with anything? E Street Band. All right, guys. I don't think we're gonna make it this time. Fuzzy Beaker Animal? I don't know. Video game company. E Street Band. Animal. Fozzie. Beaker. Animal. Animal. Oh, one away. All right. Video game company. Is this a video game? In good company. You're an animal. This has nothing to do with each other. E Street Band. The Animals. Wait, is this bands? The Animals? The companies. Is that a... Guys. Mafia. Fozzie. Yeah, I think that's it. Whatever. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing. The Muppets. Oh, it is. Oh, Gonzo is. Oh, I was thinking of Sesame Street. It's not. It's the Muppets. I have no idea who these people are. Sal, you knew it? They feature a boss. Oh, obviously. That's a song. who, who would be able to get this? Maybe this one. But this? Come on. Come on. Come on. Psyduck. Mm. Nikki, you wish this was dark mode? Oh, yeah? Muppets being... Oh, no! Oh. That ad that went over the text box. It's back. It's back. Back. It. Text. Box. Text box. How do I get rid of it? How do I get rid of it? Go away. Go away. Text box. Type. Password. Form. Browser. Control plus scroll down. Do we need to guess more words? Oh, God. Textbook. All right. Language. Do you have ad blocker? How dare you? How dare you? Talking to me about ad blockers? How dare you? Person? Place? Thing? Alright, now we can do it. The version of Samantha that's with the Wikipedia game we played doesn't have ads. True. Yeah, maybe we'll move to that one. Wait, hold on. So text box. You only use ad blockers to watch Live videos? I'm gonna kill you. You're banned. Ban. Word. Okay. Light. Computer? Why is text box up there? Video. Scroll. Audio. Drive. Maybe like a box? Like a container? Oh, container. Space. Input. How about a bag? A holding. A purse. Lid. Limit. A tank. Oh, tanker. How about a tube? What about a pool? A pool. Okay. A worker. A pool. Poolside. Poolside. Water. Oh, sea. Whoa, ocean. Oh my. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you see that? What was that? Was that even 1 minute? Without the ad, it would have been less than 1 minute. What was that game again? Cemental? All right. I'm gonna do this quick. Wikipedia, okay? Timer hasn't started yet. All right. Maybe I can make it bigger like this. The. Wait, hold on. 1 second. Is. Should I make this bigger? A. Of. Let's get rid of all the articles. They should do that for us. Often. Okay, it's a 3-word Wikipedia article. 574. Okay. Most, much, many, life, force. What, where, when, why, must, death. So here it shows you 3 words that are close to death. Music, origin. The blank, blank, blank is the blank. Me, you, root. And we tried. Oh, did we not? I think we did. All. Oh, one. The meaning. Damn it. That was like meaning of life. Of life. There's life. Many of the. What about people? Okay, peoples. And is. What about group? Groups. There's one group. Theory. Math. Where? Location. Located. Maybe like on a map. World. World is the world's most. Wait. Best. Worst. Wait, worst. Mount. Like mountain. The world's. This. Oh, this is S, right? I have to do S. Oh. Can I do that? Is the world's something? The blank. The 5-letter. The blank. Oh, this is the title. The blank 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 is the world's. It's a name. Tallest. Biggest. Largest. The world's largest island. Oh my. Ooh. Okay. Largest what? Island chain. Archipelago. Beach. Needs to do numbers like 1. One of the 2. Something of the world. The world. Blank, blank, blank. It's a 4-letter word. Four-letter word. Land. Landmass. Coast. The coast, off the coast. Okay. The world's largest what? Hawaii. Some are close to Hawaii. The world's biggest coast. Something to do with islands. Island chain. Sea. Ocean. Ocean we tried. It's a 4-letter word. That have to do with volcano. Seas. The Indian Ocean. Atlantic. Cone. Known. All right, there are people living there, I think. A blank. Where? Ocean is close. Best. The most. Lake. Oh fuck! I thought lake was it. I thought you had it. Lake, river, no. Mouth. What else? Smallest. Can't be right. Delta. River, stream. What's a 4-letter word? Islet. Straight. Oh, there's straight. Wait. The straight. The Bering Strait? No. Fuck. Inside. Within. Surrounding. Next. Adjacent. Passage. Fire? No. The best. Lava? The best blank ocean is the world's largest ocean. Water, body of water. Body of water. Fuck. There's a sea, there's a strait, there's a bay. No, fuck. Mare. What is that? This might be harder than Cemental. Is the world's biggest something. The 5, 4. Inland sea. Rain. Glacier. Did we try continent? Like Asia? Asian? Oh, let's try Europe. America. Oh, south. North. East. West. Off the coast. The blank located in the blank sea. Mediterranean. How do you guys? Mediterranean. Is that how you spell it? Salt. Dead. Located in the world's biggest. The Strait of Gibraltar. I know that. Gibraltar. You can't find the word Gibraltar. Okay. Black. Cost. Africa. Ha. What about Australia? Australia off the coast of Australia. Oh, wait. Getting close. Are we talking about Antarctic? No. Tasmania. Is it Japan? It can't be Japan, right? The Great Barrier Reef. I think you got it. You are so good. Oh my god. Good job, Benjamin. Reef. I didn't even think about that. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Can I see the page? The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system. Yeah. No, it's about to be the non-existent coral reef system in a few decades. Great Barrier Reef. I think Australia was a big clue there. All right, good job. Good job. You would have had to type 344. Yeah, I would have had to type that. Right. Hold on. Wait, what if I typed 3? Oh wait, 3 tells you like the number. Wait, oh. Yeah, 3 doesn't work. Yeah, so I guess for numbers, it has to be the exact number. What if I wait? What if I wrote 0? Oh, look, 0 works. But then who cares about numbers? Numbers don't help in this game, I think. Like if we had guessed 344 for 400, what clue would that give us? Nothing. Year? Oh, like I guess the year would work if it was like 1990 or 1997. All right. Good job. Oh. What's this? Some apple kind of thing. Ringo. 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 That's what I said. It's like an apple cookie kind of thing. Yum. Very soft and crumbly. It is apple. It's not bad. I like apples. I need to drink water though. It sucked up all the saliva in my mouth. It's all right, but like nothing special. I'm gonna have to give it a 6.5. Oh, look at this. Shiitake mushroom. No. All right. How strong is the mushroom smell? Wow. It is super strong. That is very shiitake. It's a bit crunchy. You know what? Not for me. That's a very strong shiitake mushroom smell. It's like a 4.9. All right. Wait, Side Duck, you're why are you changing the numbers? You can't triangulate. You gotta just stick with the number. All right. You don't like mushroom because the texture, as a kid, you thought it looked like dog noses? I see. Mushrooms are good. Look. Are these chipmunks? It says Kurumi Kachiri. Oh, more cookies. Okay. Oh, it broke. Seems to be the same type of cookie. Oh, pretty good. What is Kurumi Kajiri? I don't know what taste it is. What flavor it is. Mm. I have no idea. Like walnuts? Kurumi is walnuts? Whoa! How did I know? It's alright. Not a big fan of walnuts. That's also a 5.2. 5.2. 5.7. Oh, that's pretty close. Alright, snacks today were kind of on the low end, guys. Sorry. Can I read the mushroom snack packaging? The hell does that say? Does it not say shiitake? I have no idea. Oichi. Oichi da. Something. Oichi tai. Sure. It's good practice. And it's arare. You have nice looking fingers? Yeah, do I? I don't think so. I didn't cut my nails. Alright. Oh, this pedantal or semantal game. Or pedantal. Wait, what is it called? Pedantal. Okay, don't forget. Yesterday's page was good and evil. That would have been easy to guess, right? That's easier than Great Barrier Reef. Good job with that, Ben. All right, you ready? All right. What happened last week? So last week in our story, Yang Guo, he's been taking care of Hong Qigong's body for 3 days, because he promised to do so. So the 5 freaks were trying to catch him and trying to like destroy the body, but then he's been taking care of it. But afterwards, after the 3 days, he thinks that the old man has died, so he throws him down the mountain. But then as he throws him down, but then Hong Qigong, he wakes up and he jumps back up. He reveals that he was just faking his death, and he just wanted to test Yang Guo's integrity. All right. Now Hong Qigong then goes and beats up the 5 freaks. The freaks admit that they are the grand disciples of the Golden Wheel Dharma King. Right. But Hong Qigong is not familiar with this guy. Just then, Ouyang Feng comes and he fights with Hong Qigong. And they get into this huge, long fight. Okay, it's a fight that lasts for days, but they get tired. Now, Yang Guo, he doesn't want the two of them to kill each other, so he uses a branch to like tear them apart. and they were so weak that it was pretty easy to do. So, being too weak to move, Hong Qigong, he decides that he can teach Yongguo the 18 dragon subduing palms to prove that his martial arts is better than Ouyang Feng. Now, so he does this, and for each move, Ouyang Feng just thinks about it, and he thinks of a counter to it, right? But then comes this final move that's so hard that Ouyang Feng has to think a lot about it, and he thinks so intensely that his hair turns white in a single night. All right. But then he finally thinks of a counter to it. And at that moment, Hong Qigong laughs and he hugs Ouyang Feng because his counter was so brilliant. And then this shock restores Ouyang Feng's memory. And then right afterwards, the two rivals, they die. They just die together, still in a hug, ending their life of rivalry with a smile at the end of their lives. Now, Yongguo is sad, but he buries the two masters and then he goes down the mountain. He rescues this scrawny horse that was being abused by a dude, and he becomes its owner. All right. Now, he finds out there's a meeting of the Beggars clan, and he puts on a disguise, and he goes to the meeting, and he sees Guo Fu there and the Wu brothers. Okay, he sees them a bit, and they leave. Then he finally sees that Guo Jing and Huang Rong, his aunt and uncle, are there, and that's where we left off. How's that? Oh, should we watch that scene? All right, maybe I can find it on YouTube. What year am I looking for? Can I even find it? Hong Qi Gong. Dum 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 dum. Is it this one?
Hey, buddy. It's been a minute. There's only one
What? All right. Is this the one?
不要打了！爹，霍前辈，不要打了！是衣服缠着我。这场大战100年都难得。
Oh, look at Young Guo. He's a good-looking dude. Wait, where is he? Look at that. This is Ouyang Feng with his white hair.
好啊，好啊，攻守兼备，果然厉害。
那你服不服？
如果你能破了最后一招的打狗办法，我就真的佩服你了。杨过，过来，过来，过来。
哦。
Yeah, that's what happened last week. I like that you can tell like, this is a little set. Uh-huh. Is this a painting in the background? Maybe this is some real props, but maybe this is a painting. Here, the lights behind. That's 1994. There's a 1983 one. Is that a better one? Should we watch that? Oh, this is Andy Lau one. Mm. Nope. Nope, don't know. I can go through here, but it's too much. Styrofoam mountains. All right. Cool. Hold on. Let me find our book. The dude in the condor suit? There was a dude in a condor suit? It's amazing. All right. All right. Chapter 11, Part 2. All right. When we left off, he was kind of perving on his auntie. So, Guo auntie was truly this beautiful. When I was small, I never realized it. All right. Guo Jing wore a plain cloth robe. Hong Rong wore a light purple silk blouse. But as the chief of the beggar clan, she had sewn a few discreet patches onto it as required. Behind them were Guo Fu and the Wu brothers. Countless bright red candles lit the hall, and in their glow the men seemed even more heroic, the women even more lovely. Guests pointed and whispered, "That is great hero Guo, and that is Lady Guo, Chief Huang of the beggar clan." "And who is that girl as pretty as a flower?" "She's the daughter of the great hero Guo." "Those two young men, are they his sons?" "No, they're his disciples." Not wishing to meet Guo Jing and his wife amid the crowd, young Guo hid behind a tall, burly man and looked outward. Amid the music, 4 Taoists entered from outside. The moment young Guo saw them, anger surged up in his chest. At their head was an old Taoist with white hair and white brows, his face tinged with a purple glow. Guangningzhi Hao Da Tong, one of the 7 masters of Chenjin. Behind him was an elderly Taoist woman with gray-white hair, whom Yang Guo had never seen. Following together were 2 middle-aged Taoists, Zhao Jijing and Yin Jiping. Master Lu and his wife bowed deeply to the Taoist woman, addressing her as master. Then Guo Jing and Huang Rong, Guo Fu, and the Wu brothers and the others came forward to pay their respects one by one. Yang Guo heard an old man in the crowd whisper to another, "That Taoist woman is Chenjin's female swordmaster, Sun Bu'er." "So, that is the clear and tranquil wanderer, famed throughout the land?" "Exactly. She is Madame Lu's master, but Master Lu's martial arts were not learned from her." Master Lu's personal name was Guan Ying. His father, Lu Changfeng, had been a disciple of Huang Yaoxi, Huang Rong's father. Thus, in terms of seniority, he was a generation below both Guo Jing and Huang Rong. Master Lu's wife, Cheng Yaogai, was a disciple of Sun Bu'er. The couple had originally lived at Lake Tai in the Returning Cloud Manor, but after Ouyang Feng burned it to ashes, Lu Chengfeng, in fury, told his son to cease being the leader of the Lake Bandits. The family moved north to settle at Dasheng Pass. Lu Chengfeng had since passed away. Years earlier, when Cheng Yaogai had faced grave danger, it was Guojing, Huangrong, and members of the beggar clan who saved her, and so she remained deeply grateful. Now that the beggar clan had sent out invitations to summon heroes from across the realm, Lu Guanying and his wife had taken on all responsibility, hosting the grand banquet at their manor. After Guojing and the others finished paying their respects, they accompanied Hao Datong and Sun Bu'er toward the main hall to present them to the gathered heroes. Hao Datong stroked his beard and said, "Our 4 senior brothers, Ma, Liu, Qiu, and Wang, all received Chief Huang's invitation and said they should answer the summons. But senior brother Ma has been unwell of late, and the others must aid him in circulating his energy to heal. They cannot spare themselves and must beg Chief Huang's pardon." Huang Rong said, "Please, think nothing of it. You seniors are far too courteous." Though young, she was the chief of the greatest clan under heaven. Hao Datong and the others naturally treated her with great respect. Guojing and Yin Jiping had known each other since youth. Seeing each other again, both were delighted, and they entered hand in hand. Guojing inquired about Ma Yu's illness, deeply concerned. The hall was filled with banquet tables, voices rising and falling, candlelight glowing red, lively and magnificent. Is Cheng Yao Jia from the first book? The girl who fell in love with every man she saw? Ah. Yin Jiping looked around anxiously, as though searching for someone. Zhao Jijing let out a faint, cold laugh and whispered, "Junior brother Yin, I wonder if the dragon girl will grace us with her presence." Yin Jiping's face changed. He did not answer. Guojing, unaware they were referring to Xiaolong Nu, asked, "Which hero with the surname Long? A friend of you two?" Zhao Jijing said, "A good friend of junior brother Yin's. As for me, I would not dare keep such company." Seeing the strange looks on their faces, Guojing sensed hidden matters and did not press further. Suddenly, Yin Jiping spotted young Guo in the crowd. His whole body trembled as though struck by lightning. He thought that if young Guo was here, Xiaolong Nu must surely have arrived as well. Following his gaze, Zhao Jijing looked over, and at once his face contorted with shock and fury. Oh no. "Young Guo! Young Guo! That brat! He's here too!" Hearing the name Young Guo, Guojing quickly turned. After years apart, young Guo had grown up. Guojing might not have recognized him at first glance, but hearing Zhao Jijing shout made it instantly clear. He felt both startled and overjoyed. He hurried over, grabbed young Guo's hand, and said warmly, "Guo, you came too? I feared you neglected your studies, and so didn't invite you. Your master brought you. Nothing could be better." After young Guo had left Chongyang Palace, all of Changzhen considered it a disgrace and told no outsider, so Guojing had remained completely unaware while living on Peach Blossom Island. I didn't even know. They didn't even tell him. That's not cool. All right, Sal. Have a good night. Zhao Jijing had come to this heroes' gathering precisely to report this matter to Guojing, but unexpectedly encountered young Guo first. Fearing Guojing would hear young Guo's version of events and be biased, Zhao Jijing's face turned ashen. He raised his head and said coldly, "How could a poor Taoist such as I dare to call myself master of young Lord Yang?" Guojing was stunned and quickly asked, "Senior brother Zhao, why do you say that? Has the boy been disobedient?" Zhao Jijing saw that heroes from every path had gathered in the hall. If he brought the matter up now, it would inevitably lead to an argument with Yang Guo, disgracing the Qianzhen sect. He merely let out a cold chuckle and said nothing. Guo Jing studied Yang Guo closely. His eyes were swollen, his nose bruised, thin cuts marked his face, his clothes were torn, and he was covered in grime. Clearly, he had suffered greatly. Guo Jing's heart ached. He pulled the boy into his arms. The moment Guo Jing embraced him, Yang Guo secretly circulated his inner energy to guard his vital points. But Guo Jing's feelings toward him were only tender. There was not the least intent to harm. He called to Huang Rong, "Ronger, look who's come!" Huang Rong was also startled to see him. She did not share Guo Jing's fondness, and only said coolly, "Well now, you've come too." Yang Guo gently freed himself from Guo Jing's embrace and said, "I'm filthy. I'll soil your robe." The words were cold, carrying clear sarcasm. Guo Jing felt a pang of hurt, and then thought, "This child has neither father nor mother, and it seems even his master doesn't care for him." He held Yang Guo's hand and wanted him to sit at his table. Yang Guo had originally been placed in a side corner among strangers. He said coldly, "I'll sit here. Uncle Guo, you should attend to your honored guests." Guo Jing, seeing there were many distinguished visitors, also felt it inconvenient to slight others. He patted Yang Guo's shoulder gently and returned to the main table to toast the guests. After 3 rounds of wine, Huang Rong rose and said in a ringing voice, "Tomorrow is the true day of the heroes' banquet. Several heroes have yet to arrive. Tonight, please drink your fill. Do not stop until drunk. Tomorrow we will speak of proper matters." The heroes roared their agreement. Meat was piled like mountains, wine flowed like streams. Some gambled at wine-drinking games, others chatted and reunited. That day no one knew how many pigs and sheep had been slaughtered at the Lu Manor, nor how many jars of fine wine emptied. When the feast ended, the manor servants led the heroes to their quarters to rest. Zhao Jijing whispered a few words to Hao Da-tong. Hao Da-tong nodded. Zhao Jijing then stood and saluted Guo Jing. "Great hero Guo, this poor Taoist has failed in the trust placed in me. I am deeply ashamed. I have come today to bare my back and beg punishment." Guo Jing quickly returned the salute. "Senior Brother Zhao, you are too modest. Let us step into the study to talk. If the child has offended you, I shall punish him severely to ease your anger." He spoke these words loudly. Though Yang Guo was far away, he heard every syllable. He thought, "If he scolds me once, I'll get up and leave, never to see him again. If he strikes me, though my skills are no match, I'll fight him to the death." With that resolution, his fear of Zhao Jijing lessened. Seeing Guo Jing beckon him, he followed behind. At another table, Guo Fu and the Wu brothers had been drinking. At first, they had not recognized Yang Guo, but after their parents identified him, they remembered he had been their playmate on Peach Blossom Island. They don't even remember? Years had passed. Young people's appearances change quickly. Months make a difference, let alone years, especially with Yang Guo deliberately disguised in rags among hundreds of people. Naturally, Guo Fu had not known him. Seeing him return, her heart thumped. She remembered their quarrels and scuffles as children, and wondered if he still held those grudges. Looking at his destitute condition, so far removed from the bright, handsome Wu brothers, she felt a faint stir of pity. She whispered to Wu Dunru, "Papa sent him to Qianzhen to study martial arts. I wonder if he's learned more than we have." Oh, yes, he has. Before Wu Dunru could answer, Wu Shiwen said, "Our master's martial arts are unrivaled. How could he compare to us?" "How could he compare with us?" Guo Fu nodded. His foundation was poor to begin with. He likely hasn't improved much, but how did he end up in such a miserable state? Wu Shiwen said, Those old Taoists were staring at him as if they wanted to swallow him whole. That brat has a terrible temper. He must have caused some great disaster again. Oh yeah? That brat has a terrible temper? After whispering a while, they heard Guojing invite Hao Da Tong and the others to study, and mention he would severely punish young Guo. Guo Fu's curiosity flared. Quick, let's get to the study first and hide. We'll hear what they're going to say. Wu Dunru, afraid their master might scold them, dared not agree. Wu Shiwen, however, cheered at once and rushed ahead of Guo Fu. Guo Fu stamped her right foot in irritation, a trace of anger flashing across her face. She turned to Wu Dunru and said, You've just never listened to me. Seeing her pretty figures tinged with mock fury, his heart thumped hard. He could not refuse her. He hurried after her. The three had just hidden behind a bookshelf when Guo Jing and Huang Rong entered the study with Hao Da Tong, Sun Bu'er, Yin Jiping, and Zhao Jijing. Hosts and guests took their seats. Yang Guo entered behind them and stood to the side. Guo Jing said, Guo, sit as well. Yang Guo shook his head. I won't sit. Facing 6 great experts of the martial world, even his boldness could not prevent a flutter of unease. Guo Jing had always regarded Yang Guo as kin, and he deeply respected the 7 masters of Qianzhen. Without even asking what had happened, he assumed the fault must lie with the junior. His face darkened as he said, A child like you dares be disrespectful to his teacher? Quickly kneel to your grandmasters, your master, and your senior uncle, and beg forgiveness. In those days, ties of ruler-minister, father-son, and master-disciple were of utmost importance. A master could scold or beat a disciple without question. Guo Jing's rebuke was already exceptionally gentle. If it were someone else, curses and blows would have come long before. Zhao Jijing suddenly stood and gave a cold laugh. How would a poor Taoist like me dare presume to be young Lord Yang's master? Great hero Guo, you need not mock me. We Qianzhen have done nothing to offend you. Why humiliate us to our faces? Young Lord Yang, this little priest will kowtow to you instead. I was blind not to recognize a true hero. Man, this guy's insufferable. Guo Jing and Huang Rong were both startled. He grew more furious with each word. A master disciplining a disciple. What need for such loss of decorum? Huang Rong sensed young Guo must have committed some grave wrong. Seeing Guo Jing already angry, she could not step in for the boy, so she said slowly, We troubled senior brother Zhao, and we truly feel apologetic, but there's no need for anger. How did this child offend his teacher? Please sit and speak calmly. Zhao Jijing said loudly, With my pitiful skills, how could I dare be someone's master? Wouldn't that make all heroes laugh their teeth loose? Wouldn't that make me look ridiculous? Huang Rong frowned, displeased. She had never held much affection for Qianzhen. Years ago, the 7 masters had set up the Northern Dipper formation to besiege her father, and Qiu Chuqi had tried to force Mu Nianzi upon Guo Jing. Both had angered her deeply. Though she no longer held grudges, Zhao Jijing's shouting and insolence before her was excessively rude. Very rude. All right. I think it's a good time for a break. Hopefully something fun happens soon. All right. 5 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, let's see what happens in this meeting. Hao Da Tong and Sun Bu'er, though understanding Zhao Jijing's anger, felt his behavior unbefitting a Taoist. Sun Bu'er said, Teaching, speak clearly with great hero Guo and Chief Huang. Why such temper? What path are we cultivators supposed to follow? Though a woman, she was stern and highly respected. Zhao Jijing did not dare defy her. He quickly said, Yes, yes, and sat back down. Guo Jing said, Gu'er, look how respectfully your master behaves towards his elders. Why don't you learn from his example? Zhao Jijing almost blurted, I am not his master. But one glance at Sun Bu'er made him swallow the words. Unexpectedly, young Guo shouted, He is not my master! The room fell silent. Guo Jing and Huang Rong were shocked, and behind the bookshelf, Guo Fu and the Wu brothers were just as stunned. The distinction between master and disciple was sacred. It was said, one day as a teacher, a lifetime as a father. Guo Jing had been raised by the 7 freaks and trained by Hong Qigong. The doctrine of honoring one's teacher was rooted in his soul. That young Guo dared publicly renounce his master was unthinkable. He leapt to his feet, pointing at young Guo, voice trembling. You, what did you say? He was poor with words and seldom scolded, but his face had turned iron blue with fury. Huang Rong, who rarely saw him this angry, whispered, Brother Jing, the child's nature is bad. Don't waste your anger on him. Young Guo had been frightened at first, but when even Guo Jing, who had always cherished him, now scolded him with such severity, he steeled his heart. Other than death, what's there to fear? At worst, they'll kill me, he thought. So he said loudly, My nature has always been bad, but I never begged any of you to teach me martial arts. You are all great figures of the martial world. Why use such tricks against a child with no father and no mother? At the words, no father and no mother, he felt a pang of grief for himself, and his eyes grew faintly red. But he bit his lower lip at once. Even if I die today, I won't shed a single tear. Guo Jing shouted angrily, Your Aunt Guo and your master, out of good heart, taught you martial arts for the sake of the bond I had with your late father, who used any trick. Who has harmed you? He was never articulate. In anger, he stammered even more. Seeing him so flustered, young Guo spoke even more slowly. Uncle Guo, you have treated me very well. I'll never forget that. Huang Rong said evenly, Your Aunt Guo has certainly treated you poorly. If you wish to resent me all your life, that's up to you. Young Guo, having come this far, spoke without hesitation. Aunt Guo didn't treat me well, but neither did she mistreat me. You say you taught me martial arts, but in truth, you only taught me to read, not a trace of martial skill. Still, reading is a good thing. I learned a few more characters and heard many stories of ancient people. But these old Taoists... He pointed at Hao Da Tong and Zhao Jijing and said bitterly, One day I will avenge the blood-deep hatred between us. Guo Jing was appalled. What? What blood hatred? What do you mean? Young Guo said, This Zhao fellow claimed to be my master. He didn't teach me any martial arts. That's fine. But he ordered a bunch of little Taoists to beat me. Aunt Guo would not teach me martial arts. Chen Zhen would not teach me martial arts. Of course I could only be beaten. And this Hao fellow, when he saw an old granny showing me kindness, he beat her to death. You stinking Taoist, tell them, was that true or not? No. Thinking of Granny Sun dying for him, he grit his teeth so hard he nearly lunged at Hao Da Tong. Hao Da Tong was a high master of Chen Zhen. His Taoist cultivation and martial arts were both profound, and his understanding of the Yi principles unmatched in the sect. Yet for years he had lived depressed over that mistake, the single accidental killing of an innocent in his entire life. Hearing young Guo accuse him publicly, his face turned ashen. The scene of Granny Sun spitting blood under his palm flashed vividly before his eyes. He carried no weapon, so he reached to Zhao Jijing's waist and drew the longsword. Everyone thought he meant to stab young Guo. Guo Jing stepped forward to protect him, but Hao Datong reversed the sword and offered the hilt to young Guo. It's true. I killed the wrong person. Take revenge for Granny Sun. I will not lift a hand to stop you. All were astonished. Guo Jing feared young Guo would seize the sword and attack. Guo, don't be rude. Young Guo knew that in front of Guo Jing and Huang Rong, he would never be allowed to take revenge. He said coldly, You know Uncle Guo won't let me touch you, yet you pretend to be magnanimous. If you truly wanted me to kill you, why not give me the sword when no one was around? Hao Datong, a senior, is he going to kill himself? A senior of the martial world found himself struck speechless by a youth. Holding the sword, unable either to offer it or withdraw it, he trembled his arm. With a sharp crack, the sword snapped in two. He tossed the broken pieces to the floor, sighed deeply, and said, Enough! Enough! Then he strode out of the study. Guo Jing wanted to stop him, but Hao Datong did not look back. Well, that's kind of a dick move, right? Shouldn't he stay and explain the entire situation? He just left. Guo Jing looked at young Guo, then at Sun Bu'er and the others. It seemed the boy had not lied. After a long moment, he said gently, Why would your masters at Chenjun not teach you martial arts? What have you been doing these years? Young Guo said, When Uncle Guo went up the Mount Zhongnan, he beat the hundreds of Taoists in Chongyang Palace so badly they couldn't even strike back. Even if real men Ma, Liu, Chu, and Wang didn't mind. Real men. Do you think the others wouldn't hold a grudge? They couldn't bully you, Uncle Guo, but could they not vent their anger on a small child like me? They would have been happiest to beat me to death, but how would they be willing to teach me any martial arts? These past years, I've lived in utter darkness. To still be alive today to see Uncle Guo, truly heaven has eyes. Okay, he's kind of manipulating Guo Jing here. With a few light words, he shifted all blame for his expulsion from the Chenjun sect onto Guo Jing. As for that utter darkness he spoke of, it was not a lie. Living in the ancient tomb, he indeed never saw sunlight. Hearing this, Guo Jing's pity swelled. Zhao Jijing saw Guo Jing believing 9 parts of young Guo's story and grew anxious. You little bastard, spouting nonsense. Our Chenjun sect is open and above board. We. Guo Jing took young Guo's words as truth. Huang Rong, however, read faces with one glance. Seeing young Guo's darting eyes and the clever, cunning expression across his face, she thought, This child is extremely sly. There must be deceit here. She said, So by your telling, you know no martial arts at all? These years under the Chenjun sect were wasted, then? As she spoke, she slowly rose. Suddenly, her arm shot out, palm slapping straight down toward the crown of his head. Her fingertips aimed at the Bai Hui point at the center of his skull, and the base of her palm at the Shenxing point, an inch within the hairline. Both were deadly points. If struck with force, death would be immediate and irreversible. Guo Jing cried out in shock. Roller! but Huang Rong's strike was lightning fast. This was her family's falling blossom divine sword palm, utterly without warning. By the time Guo Jing moved to block it, it was too late. Young Guo leaned back slightly, intending to dodge, but Huang Rong's skill was far too great. Once she struck, how could she allow him to evade? Her palm was about to land squarely on his skull. In terror, young Guo hurried to raise a hand to block, but a thought flashed through his mind. His right hand twitched, then dropped. A man like Guo Jing, with superb martial skill but slow wits, would have blocked even before understanding. But young Guo saw the danger instantly and thought, Auntie Guo is testing my martial arts. If I block her palm, that's admitting I lied. Yet the move Huang Rong used was a terribly lethal strike. If she wasn't pretending, and he didn't defend, wouldn't he be choosing death? In that split second between lightning and fire, his stubborn, fierce, reckless nature surged up. If I die, then so be it. His skills were below Huang Rong's, but to deflect that palm would not have been difficult, yet he risked life and death and kept his hands still. Huang Rong indeed meant only to test him. Her palm landed on his head, but applied no force. She saw his frightened face, his lack of any attempt to block, and no sign of inner energy protecting his vital points. Clearly, the appearance of someone who knew no martial arts at all. Okay, he's pretty good. She smiled faintly. I didn't teach you martial arts for your own good. It seems the Taoist masters of the Tianjin sect felt the same. She turned and sat down, then whispered to Guo Jing. He truly hasn't learned any of the Tianjin sect's martial arts. No sooner had she spoken than she cried out inwardly, Oh no! Wrong! I nearly fell for this little rascal's trick. She recalled how, on Peach Blossom Island, young Guo had once used Toad skill to injure Wu Dunru. He already had a foundation. Even if he'd made no progress in these years, when her palm struck his skull just now, he would certainly have defended. Boy, you're too clever for your own good. If you had panicked and blocked my strike, I might truly have been fooled. But pretending to know nothing, now that's where you slipped. She said nothing, determined to watch how he continued his act. She looked at Zhao Jijing and then at young Guo, only smiling. Zhao Jijing saw Huang Rong test one move, and young Guo not respond, and assumed she had been deceived. That made his own guilt seem even worse. Rage flared. This little beast is full of tricks. Chief Huang, if you can't test him, I'll do it. He strode before young Guo, pointing at his nose. Little beast, you really don't know martial arts. If you don't receive my strike, this Taoist won't show mercy. Live or die. See for yourself. He knew young Guo's skills surpassed his, but if he struck ruthlessly, he could force him to reveal the truth, and if young Guo kept pretending, then one move killing him. At worst, he'd fall out with the Guo couple and take punishment from the sect chief and his master. I think this should say, then one move would kill him. You count on Chief Huang not killing you, so you dare act like a ghost. Let's see you pretend in my hands. His sleeve swept out as he prepared to strike. Guo Jing cried, Wait! He feared young Guo might be killed and moved to interfere. Huang Rong tugged at his sleeve and whispered, Don't interfere. She knew Zhao Jijing's fury meant his strike would be heavy. Young Guo would not dare gamble again. He would have to defend, and the truth would be revealed. Guo Jing did not know all these twists. Anxiety gnawed at him, but trusting his wife's unfailing judgment, he stayed silent, only stepping forward so he could rescue the boy if truly necessary. Zhao Jijing said to Sun Bu'er and Yin Jiping, Aunt Master Sun, Brother Yin, this little beast is pretending to know no martial arts. I am forced to test him. If he keeps it up and I kill him with one strike, please testify for me before Sect Chief Chu, Master Ma, and my master. Sun Bu knew perfectly well why Yang Guo had left the Qianzhen sect. Seeing him now using sly tricks to corner Zhao Jijing, making the sect appear in the wrong, she too hoped Zhao Jijing would force out his true skill. She gave a cold laugh. Ha ha ha. A disciple who betrays his master and sect deserves death. As a Taoist elder, she would never truly condone killing. Her words were meant to intimidate Yang Guo, to scare him out of continuing his act. With his aunt master backing him, Zhao Jijing grew bolder. He lifted his right leg and kicked fiercely at Yang Guo's belly. This move, Heavenly Mountain Crossing, blended hardness with softness, powerful with yin force hidden within yang. Yet, though strong, it was not profound. It was the first basic technique of the Qianzhen style, simple to counter for anyone with some skill. Every novice learned Heavenly Mountain Crossing on the first day, followed by dismounting the horse, the standard evasion. One attack, one defense, the simplest set. By using this move, Zhao meant to say, even if I didn't teach him advanced martial arts, could I possibly have withheld the very first lesson? Yang Guo saw the flying kick, but did not use dismounting the horse. He cried, "Ah!" and let his left hand hang down to guard his belly. Zhao Jijing saw him daring not to dodge, and gave no restraint, kicking straight in. But when his toes were only 3 inches from Yang Guo's abdomen, he suddenly saw, under the lamplight, Yang Guo's left thumb subtly raised, pointed precisely at the Dahuo point on his inner ankle. No. Well, I'm assuming with all these martial arts masters around, right, they must have seen that. If that kick had driven straight in, before his toes even touched Yang Guo's body, his own acupoint would have been struck first. It wouldn't have been Yang Guo reaching out to tap him. He would have delivered the acupoint to Yang Guo's fingertip himself. As the foremost fighter among the third-generation Qianzhen disciples, Zhao Jijing reacted in an instant. He wrenched his leg aside mid-kick, forcing its path to swerve. His foot scraped past Yang Guo, avoiding the disaster, but his body staggered and his face flushed scarlet. Guojing and Hongrong, standing behind Yang Guo, could not see the boy's finger. They assumed Zhao Jijing had shown mercy at the final moment, but Sun Bu and Yin Jiping saw clearly. Okay. Yin Jiping stayed silent. Sun Bu shot to her feet and barked, "Well, well, what a cunning brat." Zhao Jijing feinted with his left palm, then slashed his right toward Yang Guo's left cheek. This move, purple lightning piercing the clouds, was a refined upper-level technique. Mid-strike, its direction shifted, seemingly aimed at the left cheek, but the palm edge was actually cutting for the right side of the neck. But Yang Guo had already mastered the Jade Maiden Heart manual, the perfect counter to Qianzhen techniques. Every powerful move Wang Chongyang devised had been met by Lin Qiaoying's ingenious solution. Seeing Zhao's left hand faint, Yang Guo hurriedly raised his arms as if terrified, protecting his head, but his left forefinger secretly positioned itself near the right side of his neck, hidden by his outward-facing right hand. When Zhao's palm edge descended, Yang Guo suddenly tilted his right hand, and with a soft pop, his left forefinger tapped squarely on the Wuxia point at the center of Zhao's palm edge. Once again, Zhao Jijing had delivered his own acupoint to Yang Guo's waiting finger. Yang Guo had merely anticipated the move and placed his finger correctly. Zhao's acupoint was struck. His arm went instantly numb. Realizing he'd been tricked, he burst into furious action. His left leg swept out. Yang Guo cried, "Oh no!" His left arm bent slightly, and he placed his elbow point 2.5 inches above his left waist. Zhao's sweeping kick crashed into him, striking both the Jiao Hai and Tai Shi points on his ankle. The kick, powered by rage, was ferocious. The shock to his acupoints was equally fierce. His left leg went numb, and he collapsed to one knee. Seeing her junior disgraced, Sun Bu'er extended her left arm, hauled him up, and slapped a few points along his back, clearing the block. Yang Guo saw how swift and precise the old Taoist woman was, her skill far above Zhao Ji Jing's, and felt a surge of caution. He quickly stepped aside. Despite her years of cultivation, Sun Bu'er's nature remained hard and uncompromising. Yang Guo's strange, uncanny skills, apparently the perfect foil to Chen Jin techniques, made even her uncertain of victory. "Let's go," she snapped. Gonna fight her? Without a farewell to the Guo couple, she swept her sleeves and leapt out the study window, landing atop the roof. Yin Jiping still looked dazed, intending to explain matters to Guo Jing and Hong Rong. Zhao Ji Jing barked, "What's the point of talking?" He tugged Yin's sleeve, and the two vaulted out the window after Sun Bu'er. With their sharp eyes, Guo Jing and Hong Rong naturally saw Zhao Ji Jing's acupoints had been struck, but Yang Guo had plainly not reached out. Could some hidden expert have intervened? Guo Jing leaned out the window at once. There was no one. He concluded Zhao Ji Jing had softened at the last moment and pretended to be struck to excuse his withdrawal. Hong Rong, however, sensed Yang Guo's trickery, but she had been behind him and could not see his fingers or elbows. Moreover, she had no knowledge of the Jade Maiden Heart manual, which anticipated and countered every Chen Jin move with ease. For the moment, she could not unravel it. Unlike Guo Jing, she was not one to assume others acted with noble intentions. Seeing the 4 Chen Jin Taoists depart without courtesy, her heart simmered with displeasure. As she pondered, she turned and spotted the tips of Guo Fu's green shoes sticking out beneath the bookshelf. "Fu'er, what are you doing there?" she called. Guo Fu giggled, stuck out her tongue, and came out making a face. "Wu Gege and I were looking for books." Hong Rong knew the 3 of them had never been fond of reading. How could they suddenly have grown studious? One look at her daughter's expression told her they had been hiding and eavesdropping. She was about to scold them when a beggar clan disciple reported the arrival of distant guests. She gave Yang Guo a glance and went out with Guo Jing to receive them. Guo Jing said to the Wu brothers, "Brother Yang was your childhood companion. Treat him well." Oh no. The Wu brothers had never gotten along with Yang Guo, and now seeing him so down and out, with no martial arts learned from the Chen Jin sect, and having been scolded as little beast and little bastard by his master, they despised him all the more. They summoned a servant to look after him and arrange a place for him to sleep. Guo Mei, however, found him quite interesting. Guo Mei is little sister, Guo. "Big brother Yang, why didn't your master want you?" she asked. Yang Guo said, "There were plenty of reasons. I'm stupid and lazy and have a bad temper, and I don't know how to stoop and serve my master's relatives, running around fetching horsewhips and donkey whips." The Wu brothers found these words extremely unpleasant, and their faces changed. Wu Xiuwen lost his patience first and barked, "What are you saying?" Yang Guo replied, "I said I'm useless and couldn't please my master." Guo Mei laughed sweetly. "Your master is a Taoist. Could he possibly have a daughter?" Wait, what? Young Guo saw her smile, like a rose suddenly blooming, bright and lovely. His heart stirred, and a faint flush rose to his cheeks as he turned his head away. Oh no. Guofu had long had the Wu brothers dancing in circles around her. She paid them little mind. Now seeing young Guo turn his head, she knew he had already begun to fall for her beauty, and she felt secretly pleased. Young Guo looked westward and saw a couplet hanging on the wall. The upper line read, "Peach blossoms, shadows fall as the divine sword flies." The lower line read, "On the blue sea, the tide rises to the jade flute's tune." He had seen this couplet before in the sword-testing pavilion on Peach Blossom Island, and knew it was written by Huang Yaoxi. But here, the signature below was a sickly wreck of the 5 lakes, scribbling while ill. Though only a few years older than the 3 before him, his experiences and sorrows made him feel more than a decade their senior. Seeing the words sickly wreck of the 5 lakes, he thought of his kin, dead or parted, and of his own drifting life, no different from a broken man. His earlier satisfaction at outmaneuvering Zhao Jijing vanished instantly, replaced by a wave of bleak sorrow. His head dropped, and he fell into a silent gloom. Guofu said softly, "Brother Yang, go get settled. I'll talk to you again tomorrow." Young Guo answered calmly, "Very well." He followed the servant out of the study. Faintly, he heard Guofu scolding the Wu brothers behind him. "I like talking to him. What business is it of yours? If his martial arts aren't good, I'll ask Papa to teach him." All right. How did you guys like that? That was pretty satisfying, no? The whole meeting? Hell yeah. Show Zhao Jijing who's boss. Such a terrible person. And again, no one wants to explain anything. Hao Da Tong should not have left. He should have just stood there and explained. Next couple of chapters are fire. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm excited. Excited. It's so unfair. It's so unfair the way they think about him. I hate it. I need things to be resolved. Wait, if he fought Sun Bu'er, there's no way he would win, right? He can't. No? She would totally beat him, right? Even though he knows all of the counters. But maybe he can beat her too. But you can learn all of the counter moves, right? But it doesn't mean you can beat the other person if the other person is strong enough. Yeah, there's no way. He can't be that strong. But he's getting there. All right. That was fun. I liked it. And now I'm excited for the next few chapters. How is Zhao Jijing gonna die? Can't wait for the day. Alright, guys. That was fun. Thanks for joining. Thanks for demolishing Samantha with me. Alright. I love you. I'll see you next time. Alright. Bye.